So artists, they are known to be one of the most disgusting creatures, you know, especially comic artists. Who would dare be brave enough to peek inside the mind of something so wacky? Well, it is I, the Wacky Peeker. Today, we're gonna be interviewing thousands of artists, and only 3 of you are gonna win. The 3 best artist interviews are gonna get the Thunderclap, baby. Yeah, you know what the Thunderclap is, and I'll tell you what it is. It's a packet of my favorite storyboard frames in my whole life. It's where I meticulously went through and grabbed each frame by myself. I did it all by myself, and I did it just for you. I'm gonna show you a little example of what I'd be doing in the clap. All right, let me give you a little example from Ife. Ife is a buddy of mine, a really good board artist, but he's also doing comics. All right, so let's take this shot, for example, from Ife. Pretty sick, you know, action scene. Boom. All right, so what I do in these storyboard packs is I take roughly each frame by frame and pick it out so you can study exactly what's happening. And you don't really realize what's happening until you start breaking it down, right? Like right here, he's throwing the punch, boom, and he throws the punch, right? But in this next shot, in the next cut, he still hasn't thrown the punch. If you follow the perspective grid on these flipping buildings right here, look at his shoulders. It's that simple. That's where the shoulders are going, back to that perspective grid. And also, Ife does some classes on Project City. You already know what Project City is, baby. Ife's worked at Avatar Studios and Spider-Verse, and the dude's an industry pro, all right? So go learn from Ife. I want to see good boards. I want to see good art, good interviews. And if you do good, then you'll get the clap, baby. The only thing is, there can only be 3 wieners in this. So if you're a wiener, then we're about to get it. Let's go, baby. All right, everybody welcome West. Hello, West, looking like an angel.
Hey, my name is Aditya Ramji.
Never mind, that's not his name. That's what.
I'm a 16-year-old little dude from India, and I want to be an animation director when I grow up. My main goals for art style are that 90s aesthetic.
The way the light is shining in, you look so beautiful. You're shining.
My biggest art fear has to be not being able to completely express myself through my art. I feel like my art should be an extension of me as a person, and one interesting / fun thing about me is I play the keyboard.
Let's go. Bro just slid back and hit play on the little keyboard thing. God, dude, that was freaking sick.
Aditya Ramji.
Aditya Ramji, man. The song sounded like it's an anime intro. Okay, so we're gonna do a thing where I'm gonna see if I can draw what I think his art looks like based off of him. We're gonna do some racial profiling, or, you know, like art racial profiling. Right, so if I take a random person walking down the street, I could tell you immediately what kind of art they make. So with this guy, bro, I think your art is gonna look something like this. A little maybe anime-esque eyes with some Yu-Gi-Oh-ish hair, you know? Okay, not quite what I was envisioning. God dang, a lot more sombreros than I was expecting. Yeah, that's the guy. Boom, I knew it. It's the exact same guy. You can't tell me that's not the exact same. Dude, look at this shot though. This is Ife's like foot shot, and here's your foot shot. You have your shot right there. Ife's got this like lower shot with the horizon line right there. The vanishing point's like right there. And yeah, for yours is like, this is how much room is being taken up by the ground plane. And then if we move that down to Ife's shot, his is like a little bit lower, you can see. Boom, West, great interview, God tier interview, amazing. All right, Cherry, everybody give it up for Cherry. What's up, Cherry? Okay, so I'm gonna do a little racial profiling for Cherry. A little bit of pink and black, anime eyes, little butterflies flying around. Maybe something with like a little black choke or something to give it that little edge. Oh, there's a princess. Hey, we're getting close. Homie with the skateboard, okay. Not quite. Hey, whoa, there it is, the pink and the black. Look, I freaking nailed it. Almost. Anybody walking down the street, name one person, send me a picture of anybody right now and I could draw exactly what their art's gonna look like. All right, your art was pretty okay. Your interview was trash. Jingalingus, what's up, Jingalingus? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Nadia, and I'm...
No, it ain't. It's Jingalingus. God, I need captions for you, Jingle.
And I'm a South African future artist.
Oh, welcome.
I want my art to look realistic, you know, enough to be mature-ish, relatable-ish, you know, but also alive, especially in the movement part of it. Now my art fear is making art that doesn't really impact people and doesn't go beyond just pure entertainment, which obviously entertainment itself is like a crazy skill. At least right now, I feel really inclined to make art that's more quiet, you know? It lets you sit in the feelings more than just like super action-packed, super dynamic, a lot of dialogue, you know?
Yeah, I get you. You want to make like Ghibli-esque quiet moments where the characters can chill in a moment and it can be quiet and it's not always action-packed and loud and in your face. Yeah, I feel like that can be a little more tough these days because of attention span, you know, but there's an audience for everything, so for sure.
Sort of peaceful feel, you know, maybe more like Ghibli stories.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I nailed it.
So yeah, and an interesting / funny / cool thing about me, when I was 14, I had a buzz cut and played soccer simultaneously for a year, both of which I'd never done before, and both of which I will never do again.
Nice. Buzz cuts are coming back, so consider bringing that, doing that again. Okay, so this is what I think your art's gonna look like. Like big sparkly eyes, maybe a lot of cats, big lips, lots of blush, and lots of sparkliness, you know, like princessy and very cutesy, happy, maybe some big poofy cheek, happy cats, that kind of thing. All right, let's take a look at your art. Let's go. Oh no. Oh Lord. Oh no. Oh, you're dark. Oh, you've got a dark side to you. Oh Lordy. Oh no. There is a darkness inside of you. Hey, oh, I got the lips though. What about that? Yeah, let me readjust this a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yo, there's the cat though. It has a little less hair than I thought it was gonna have. God, I should have known looking into your eyes that there's a deep darkness, a dark hell in there. Good Lord. Hey, I nailed the cats though. I knew that you were gonna be drawing cats. You have, oh my God, there's so much angst in you. Look at all of these angsty lines. You can't stop the rain. It's just blowing in and getting everywhere and blowing and get everything wet. Everything in my life is already wet. Oh, look, there's a nice one. Hey, oh, Lord. What happened to his ribs? Look at how much despair is in this one shot. Under the bed even. Smoking a cigarette under the bed. Just this piece here really speaks to the way the society is working. How everything is so bright and vivid on the outside of the mind, but on the inside, there's no point to living. There just really isn't. These are sick though. I like the perspective, like the fisheye lens. Awesome work. You've got an emotional depth that I didn't quite, okay, listen to me, Jingalingus. Work on your fundamentals a little bit more, but Lingus, you gotta keep the darkness. Never let anybody take that darkness away from you. All right, let's go.
Hi, my name is Amira.
Amira, what's up? Everybody say hello.
My style goal is making something simplistic but also detailed at the same time. I think my art fear is switching from Procreate to Photoshop. I know a lot of people or like professionals use Photoshop for their drawing. I'm just so set on Procreate that I don't really want to switch to Photoshop, but I'm still willing to once I get a drawing pad.
Yeah, Procreate is a terrible addiction. Slowly wean yourself off of it, I would say. Once you get Photoshop.
Also, another art fear is drawing from imagination. I always need reference, which everyone does, but I love how people can like just imagine something and then be able to create it on paper or even a doodle. Sometimes I do doodle, but I wish I was more advanced on it. I feel like I'm too hard on myself when it comes to that.
Yeah, your fear is that you don't want to draw only from reference all the time. You want to draw from imagination. Well, let me tell you something, Squirt. Not everybody's built that way. I had to have a bunch of reference for many years and learning exactly, what the rules are so then I can go and break the rules,
Something interesting or funny about me, I live in my parents' basement. I don't really know.
It's your headspace. Don't think of it as a basement. The basement's not real. The basement's just in your head. You can make art anywhere. Just look at Picasso. So he was going around in basements probably and painting and drawing poor people. So, basement's in your head.
I'm a YouTuber. I love playing games. I love video games since I was little. I also love like moving people with my gifts, whether that's drawing right here, whether that's making YouTube videos. I love to like entertain, but also inspire, but also help people, whatever they got going on. If they see my art and they're like, whoa, that's amazing. Or if they watch my videos and it changes their mood, whatever they're going through, I'm hoping that whatever I'm gifted in can help them. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you for watching or taking the time out to watch this video.
I think your characters are gonna be black, maybe a little more rounded face, and with this like hard nose cut off right here, with like a little bit of an attitude, like a little Pikachu, and maybe some gauges or something. I don't know. Maybe something a little bit like that. Boom, here's your art. Sick, okay. Yeah, I like your art. Boom, look, there. That's a Pokemon. God, I'm so freaking good at this. That's pretty sick. Chinyoka, everybody welcome Chinyoka.
My name is Chinyoka, I'm 23 years old, I'm from Germany. I think my art style is also kind of all over the place, I don't really know. Another goal of mine right now is to draw comics, because I currently have a lot of characters and stories where I think that would make a lot of sense to tell their stories. I also have my sketchbook where I try to draw regularly in, mostly like small sketches, trying stuff out.
Isn't that crazy? I was gonna draw that exact same thing. That's crazy that I was gonna do that. Wow. I would have for real drawn a furry though.
As you can maybe see, I love expressing myself to stuff like jewelry, animal masks like these.
Was that real? I know you didn't skin that thing. That's crazy.
Myself, I also make like, and often when I want to write about a character or draw a character, I actually like to dress up as them to get.
Yo, that's pretty sick actually. I like that.
I have a lot of insecurities and fear surrounding art, surrounding my creativity. I am actually not that scared anymore of getting negative feedback, of getting hate comments, because my biggest fear is actually not being seen at all, which is something I already see on social media. Like when I post something, I'm maybe getting 3 interactions from spam accounts, and that's kind of it. And like I also have this big fear of writing a book that I feel very passionate about, that I think is like the next new big fantasy thing, and then it's being sold for like €3 in a gas station and no one ever buys it.
Ooh, I see what you're saying. You build up this project so much in your mind, and you put so much of yourself into it, and then you sell it, and then it's just stuck at a gas station and nobody's really buying it, and it's a cheap thing. Yeah, that's tough, because like you can't change the outcome of what's going to happen. You can only do what you can do with your art, and whether or not it's going to be sold in a gas station for cheap or if it's going to hit big or whatever, it's kind of out of your control, right? It's like literally the only thing you can do is just make what you want to make and have fun doing it, and be proud of yourself for at least doing the thing, And also, there are so many other industries where people are trying and failing constantly. That's a very reasonable fear, and I feel like we should treat it the same way with our art. Like, you just constantly got to keep doing and keep putting stuff out and keep failing and being okay with failing, because it's just one more, it's just a step further.
Another thing that I'm scared or that I feel insecure about is just that I am very mentally ill. I did go to art school, but I recently dropped out because I got burnt out and it made me depressed and just didn't feel right. It was too much for me, and also it felt wrong to me the way that creativity and art was being treated there. It's not the first thing I tried and quit, and I just feel very scared that I will try so many things and then quit every single time and never be actually able to finish anything.
The artist industry, I feel like, has to be one of the most mentally unstable industries. I feel like there's been so many times where the director I was working with, or the producer even, was just like I don't want to say incel. No, God, no. Introvert. They were introverted. They were just as introverted as me. And sometimes I don't even want to do like the higher up work, you know, they just want to like draw and sit in their room alone in the dark. And it's tough being an artist, man, because you're so sensitive, and it's our job to like put our work on the internet for other people to see. And we're making art because it's coming from us, you know, from probably from like a, you know, a personal place. All right, here's Shinyoka's art. Yeah. You know who you should look at is Pollywomple. I bet you've never seen a Pollywomple. Pollywomple also does like 3D stuff and really, really nice shapes. You know, like a furry-esque design, you know? Look, the curve of this thigh, and then this hard straight line for the knee area. Boom, boom. It's so clean. It's a lot of straight lines for stability of the architecture. I mean, look at the tail on that sucker. All right, I'm gonna just stick you here for the potential thunderclap. And, you know, as for your struggles, you know, just, you know that I have chosen the 3 for the thunderclap, baby. We got Wild West. We got Aditya. We got Lane. We got Amira. Awesome work, everybody. I'm going to send you these suckers in a DM. And then I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.